All right, guys, a quick update on what we're expecting for tomorrow. If you're just checking in with us, we have a winter storm warning for all of central Georgia tomorrow. You can see it here on the pink shaded counties. Little flip-flop from what we normally see. It's usually the winter storm warning in North Georgia, and we're underneath with the purple winter weather advisory. It just kind of says, you may get a flurry or two. This one's all for us. This is a central Georgia system, and you can see here with the graph model, it agrees. There's around 2 in the afternoon tomorrow. Give or take a little bit, but this seems to be the average on most of the models. 3 o'clock, getting on into 4 o'clock. And notice you don't see any of the pink shaded areas on there, which would indicate some kind of a sleet, freezing, rain mix. You don't see green for rain. Now, some models show that, a little bit of a mix of that during the day and then switching over to snow as we go into tomorrow afternoon. The graph model is all in on just snow. Notice as we go into 5, 6 in the afternoon tomorrow, still coming down. And whatever does fall, we do expect it to stick and accumulate, especially as we get into the evening and nighttime hours, and because it's going to be going very cold again tomorrow night, and everything will freeze down in place where it is. There's 7, 8 o'clock on into 9, 10 to midnight southeastern counties, and again, it goes so far south. I mean, look, it could be in Savannah down in South Georgia, kind of an amazing system you don't see very often. I'm not going to show you all the models, but I just wanted to show you a couple. Here's a look at the NAM again. Just shows a different timing, a couple of flurries in the early morning. We'll see if that happens. And then this is what I was talking about. As we get during the day above freezing, mid-30s for a little bit, there may be some sort of a mix here before going forward. Now we're starting to mix it more into the pink here, 3 or 4. And then once we get below freezing, then we go on over to snow as we go through the rest of the afternoon and evening on that model. So this was the model, by the way, that was right on that last winter storm that mainly kept everything to our north and we didn't get much of anything. Now it's showing it all right here. So we'll see how that goes. This is just a quick drawing that we did. It's not set in stone, but it kind of gives an idea. And I know it probably looks weird that the farther south you go, the better possibility of seeing some higher rainfall totals. So the ranges, smallest end of the spectrum to the higher end, and this can change. If the system moves a little bit more north or south or whatever, then the setup here will be a little bit different. I'm going to go on over to 13 WMAZ Plus. You can join us there. You need to get that on your TV and everything. If you don't have it yet, a little quick app and click it and you can watch all kinds of stuff we have on there. On YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff, we're going to do that. We'll answer some questions and we'll be back here at 9 o'clock. Take you back to TV. Hello, everybody. If you're still with me, we are on of course, we're on 13 WMAZ Plus, YouTube, Facebook, all of that, and we will answer some questions here. If you missed it earlier, this is the map that our David Guerrero made. It's a snow accumulation forecast. So again, it is a forecast. It does not mean that this is exactly the way it's going to play out. But comparing models, this is kind of the consensus to where we could see some of the heavier rain. I know it looks, the range there, especially as you get into our southern counties, you would think the opposite with higher totals toward the north. This just shows you how far south this setup is, and that our northern counties making northward are on the fringe again, but on the north side of it. It's really odd. So again, not saying 3 inches of snow are going to fall, not saying it's just going to be a trace, but somewhere into all this, the big takeaway is that we are expecting snow. So I think that's one thing. I mean, just to even have that kind of, the confidence in that is tough enough. All right, let me see if I can find my glasses and read some of these here questions. Road conditions going into Wednesday morning, the question is, if it goes the way these models are showing, I don't think the road conditions are going to be very good Wednesday morning. Because again, anything that falls, we are expecting it to accumulate. This is a graph model just going by while I'm talking here. So once we get on into the afternoon and evening as it's coming down, we're going to barely be in like mid-30s tomorrow, I think. So a little bit above freezing. The graph thinks it's going to come in as snow and stay snow. Some models show it a little bit of a rainy mix and then changing over to snow. Once we get into tomorrow night, we just keep piling it up. We're going to go down pretty low tomorrow night. What was it I had? Low 20s or even upper teens, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was about 17, 18 tomorrow night. So no problem keeping whatever falls on the ground. And then Wednesday morning, obviously, that's when the lowest number is. That's the coldest part of the day right before sunset when it's been dark the longest. And then during the day on Wednesday, we're only going into the mid-30s again, so there could be a little bit of a melt. But then whatever's still out there is going to refreeze again Wednesday night into Thursday morning, so we'll see. It's a really cold air mass, so it's not like one of these things where we get a snow chance, it comes in, then all of a sudden we start going warm again the next day and next night, and it's just gone after that. This may, whatever's on the ground may hang around for a while, which is okay as long as it's not on the roads, right? What time Tuesday? It's looking like, I'm going to go backwards with this model here. It's looking like about 2-ish, kind of an arrival time of 2. Most models are kind of showing that. Now, if you look at the NAM, it does not start at 2. It tries to show a few flurries here overnight. I don't know if I buy this. This is 8 or 9 in the morning. Could happen. I don't know. We'll see. And then you can see that kind of green and pink sort of rain, sleet mix until we get on into the afternoon and then start to establish sub-freezing weather right here. And then, boom, changes to snow as we get on into the evening hours into late night. So that one does not have a 2 p.m. start. That one is earlier. Let's see about the high-res model. It is trying to show a few flurries in the morning south. At 2 in the afternoon tomorrow, it doesn't show much of anything. Actually, maybe a few sprinkles, waiting for the temp to drop below freezing, and then all of a sudden the green vanishes and it becomes all snow. So we're going to say around 2, but it could be even earlier. I'm looking around for any questions here. Again, a winter storm warning is out for our whole area. Jasper, Putnam, and Hancock are not in there, but it's pretty much, they're in a winter weather advisory. Again, that's just a weird looking map because it's usually the winter storm warning is North Georgia stretching down to barely touching our northern counties, and we get the purple winter weather advisory that's basically sit in this case. Question I get all the time there, John, which model do you have the most confidence in? It just depends on the event. The NAM was right on with that last one we had over a week ago. It never really showed us getting much of anything here except for in our extreme northern counties, and that's the way it played out. So that model, and I've seen it do very well in winter events before, is also the one showing the potential for some flurries early morning and not waiting until 2 o'clock, but also doing the kind of mix during the day. And if you watched any of this stuff over a week ago, you know what I'm talking about. All these colors splotching on there, and it's like, oh, these are snow colors. This is rain. And it's just trying to figure out what is the temperature in that spot at that time of the day is what it's trying to do, to figure out what's frozen and what's not. And some of the models showed one thing, and that's not what happened. I mean, there were some that were showing us getting snow far down in our southern counties, and we never saw that on that last one. But it was mainly a North Georgia system. This one just kind of sets up right through here. Just joining, Nikki says, do you think we will actually see snow? I do. Jamie, just tuned in. Has anything changed? Not really. We're waiting for new model data to come in, but we're pretty confident that there's going to be snow tomorrow. Eastman, Georgia, yeah, even for Eastman, Georgia, the possibility. Every county in central Georgia has the possibility of seeing snow tomorrow. She'll miss you too, but she likes having 2 days off. I can guarantee you that. She told me. Yeah, she can go to your house. That'd be great. Let's see. Now, Ben, stop playing with these folks. We ain't about to see a snowflake. I think so, Dorian. I think we are. And if we're wrong, you'll never see me again. Yep, first responders, line workers, mail carriers, all that. Yeah, we appreciate you. Do the best you can. Hopefully we won't have any big problems with this. You just never know. These southern winter storms, you get a good handle on it, and sometimes they're not nearly as bad as it was looking, or sometimes it's much worse. Okay, Juanita, 1 to 3 inches. Yeah, probably something, and I'm thinking an average, an inch or two of snow. Some places could have a little bit more than that. All right, we'll do one more question, then we're gonna do this again at 9 o'clock. So. That's a good one. Didn't do it right there. Candace, that's really cool. This is your son's first snow. Fantastic. Well, hopefully it'll happen the way the models are showing. I would be more than shocked if we didn't see snow out of this tomorrow. All the models are just leaning into it. And I don't see one of them that's not. So we'll see. All right, guys, we'll do this again at 9 o'clock, straight up on TV for a little bit, and then we'll come over to the Plus app and YouTube and Facebook and all that and answer some more questions. So I'll see you then.